Today's the first day of bear season here in New Mexico. I'm up in northern New Mexico, and I'm going to be doing some calling today to try to call in a bear and see if I can get one. I am back out calling for bears this afternoon, and I just finished my first setup for the day. It's about 3 o'clock. It's hot, it's early, but I'm out here hunting. I'm going to be here for a few days, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully something good. Hopefully I'll be able to call something in. I just came up on 2 really nice mule deer bucks in velvet. They were feeding just up ahead of me, and then they bedded down for a couple minutes, and then they got up and moved off. I'm on my way into another spot to call from this evening, and I'm just on an old road walking in back into an area that I want to try, and I found some bear tracks here in the road in the mud, and there's a few different ones you can see. These are older tracks from when it was a little muddier up there, and then we've got some newer tracks here. You can see where his claws scraped the mud there, and you can see those newer tracks, and there's a few in here, so there's definitely a bear around close by. I'm here on my last setup of the day, just finished up, and I finally called in a nice bear to about 60 yards. He came in and came right to the edge of the trees, and then he turned off to my right. I don't know if he smelled me or something. The wind's not really great right here where I'm at to where he came down at, but really cool bear, decent sized bear with some cool colors that I would have loved to shoot. It's just really cool to call him in and be able to see him and have him come in. It was exciting there for me. Tomorrow's another day. I'll be back at it and try again. First thing in the morning, and I just saw another bear with 2 cubs. I made one stand this morning, called for about 30 minutes, nothing came in. So I was working my way up around this ridge, up this old logging road. I was just coming to a spot that looked like a good place to call from, and I could hear some branches a little bit. So I moved up and I could see the oak tree just shaking back and forth. So I moved up a little bit further and I could see the bear in there. She was just in there eating those acorns. So I was getting my camera set up, and all of a sudden a little cub came out right between her and I. She was about 70 yards. The cub was probably 50 yards from me, walking towards the sow. So I just turned around and walked on out of there because it's a little scary for me just being out here with my bow and a camera. Stuff like that is really cool to see, and I wish I could have got it on video, but they just started moving up the ridge and there was 2 cubs with her. So I came around the side and they're up above me somewhere now. It's real thick in here, so I'm going to turn around, go back down, make another loop around and try to call in this canyon that's back here behind me. I just finished up my 3rd setup for the morning. It's getting kind of late. And what I've been doing is I'm using the Foxpro electronic call on the fawn setting. That's what I called that bear in yesterday evening, and that's what I've mostly been using this year. Other than that, on a couple of the setups, I use my cow call. And I just blow really hard on the call to create a distress sound. And that's what I've called a lot of the bears in the past with, and a lot of coyotes and stuff like that. And it's just a Carlton elk call, cow call. It's getting pretty late in the morning, so I'm going to head back down to the truck and go scout some other areas, look for sign, and hopefully find some good spots to do some setups later on this afternoon and evening. It is so hot today. I've never really hunted this area, so I've just been looking around all day. Haven't found much except for the bears I saw this morning, but today I've been driving around, checking different areas, hiking around, looking for sign, and haven't really found much. So this afternoon I decided to try this ridge, park down at the bottom, and I'm hiking up to the top, and I'm going to make my way down it and do some calling up along the top of this ridge and see how that goes. But it's so hot right now, so I'm just taking a break, but hopefully this afternoon I'll have some action. I just finished up my last setup for the evening. Nothing good happened, really. Saw a little bit of old sign. Called several places this afternoon, but nothing came in. I saw a mule deer that looked like her ears had been chewed off, which was very weird. Never seen anything like that before. This afternoon was pretty slow, but I'm going to do some more hunting, and hopefully I'll come out with a nice bear this year. Back out today looking for a bear. I was able to get 2 setups in this afternoon. Really haven't hunted this area much, so I'm doing a lot of exploring, scouting, looking around, looking for sign, looking for tracks and that kind of stuff. Found a real nice area this evening to call from, but nothing happened. So I'm going to head back to camp now, get some sleep, and try again in the morning. There's been a bear come through here. I've found a few different rocks and logs that you can see where he's logged over this rock right here. He just flipped it over looking for bugs and other stuff to eat. Just finished up my third set of the morning. I've seen a little bit of bear sign today. I've been walking a lot, just calling on different ridges, crossing canyons, and this is my third stop for the morning. I've only seen 3 deer and 3 coyotes. I saw all of that just on my way into this set and almost got a shot at the coyote. This afternoon, I'm heading back into the area where I saw the bears last week. We got a good rain shower this afternoon, so it's cooled things off a little bit. And I'm going to get back in there and try to get set up and do 3 calling sequences before it gets dark. I've been staying at each spot for about 30 minutes. And I've stayed a little bit longer on some of the spots, but I've been trying to stay at least 30 minutes when I'm doing my calling. We'll see how things go. Hopefully my luck will change and I'll be able to call in a bear this evening. I got one setup done this afternoon before the thunder, lightning, and rain started. So I'm back at my truck now, and it's almost 6:30. So I don't know if I'm going to be back out tonight. It's kind of hard to make videos in the rain. So we'll see what happens. I might just have to wait till tomorrow. Finished up my calling for the morning. It's about 11 o'clock now, and I am done for this hunt. I didn't see anything, no bears, didn't call any in, just saw the coyotes and just a few deer. It rained a lot more during the night, but today it's beautiful. Sunshine, blue skies, but I can't hunt anymore until the end of September at least. But hopefully I'll be able to get back out there and hunt some different units when they open up and still have some time this year to get a bear, so hopefully I can get it done.